for Storyboard. I'm Shubhani Gharat. There is no doubt that IPL is one of the most loved editions of cricket, seeing fierce battles between teams from different cities, and car maker Tata Motors, who's one of the biggest sponsors of the event, has displayed its various range of cars during the past iterations. But interestingly, for the latest edition, it was not the flagship vehicle that was the official vehicle, but rather its humble Tata Tiago EV. The electric hatch is car maker's mass market EV, and Tata Motors is hoping that IPL will take this EV to newer markets across the country. And the response has already been good, says Vivek Srivatsa, Head Marketing, Sales and Service Strategy, Tata Passenger Electric Mobility, who is also speaking about their strategy around the IPL, interesting trends in EV purchases, and what will accelerate India's EV adoption. Listen in. Welcome to CNBC TV 18, Vivek.
Thank you so much.
Unlike other seasons of IPL where you showcase, let's say, a Harrier, a Nexon, a Safari, this year you are showcasing your mass market EV around IPL. So what has been the strategy? What was the thought process behind that?
Yes, it's a very big landmark for us. The first time we have, completely participated with an EV. For us, it's a big sign internally saying that the business is large enough for us to invest that kind of money. And also for a customer, we think it is a sign that EVs are becoming more mainstream now. An EV company is able to participate as a sponsor in the largest media property in the country. We are actually in the market creation phase. Obviously EVs purely, if you look at numbers, it's around 1.5–2% of the industry, but that's growing dramatically fast. And by doing this, it is more about market creation for the future. As market leaders, we have taken it upon ourselves to say that, of course, we have to deliver our numbers, but also we need to create the EV market. So about convincing customers, showcasing the category benefits. So we are not just talking about Tata EVs, but we are talking about EVs in general. And that way the IPL gives us a very good platform. So, so far so good.
And a mass market hatch, which is Tiago EV, is it helping you in that market creation? If you can share some trends and who is purchasing?
Absolutely. So it is my intent that we participated with the Tiago. We also have the Nexon EV, the Tigor EV, but we went with the Tiago because it is one product which can be sold across the country. Not only due to its price, but also the size, the kind of battery option it has. It's truly a all India kind of a product, across geographies, across, town classes. And that way IPL also is a very pan-India kind of a media property. People see it in small towns, large towns, everywhere. All kind of demographics of customers watch it. Yes, so that's one of the reasons we thought it's a perfect fit to really popularize the EV market or EV category using Tiago. Catchment area for EV is not as big as the overall PV products, but very happy to say that we've seen more than 4 times increase in the number of website visits. And web visits are a very good lead indicator for us. It shows how many customers are really interested in the category. And if we go down the funnel, we are seeing similar kind of increases in walk-ins and increases in bookings. And the speciality for IPL is that while the event is over 2 months in a year, we have a impact in the market, in the product affinity over the next months, 6 to 7 months.
And crucial time till about festive season.
Exactly, which bodes well for the festival season as well. EV, like I said earlier, was a little bit, we had to think, is it too big a bite for an EV kind of a brand? But I think we are more well ratified that it's more than worth it.
Too big a bite for EV. Now, having said that, I have seen around me, whether it is my family or, my peers, the question now, which was, different 2 years back, is whether to buy an EV or not has changed to when.
Absolutely.
Of course, there are constraints around infrastructure and all, but that question has changed. So, as a marketer, how do you shape that strategy? How do you shape strategy for, this change in question from whether to when?
Yeah. So I'll just go back a little bit. If you look at Tata Motors EV journey, every single step has been about, are we ready to take the bite? We came with the Nexon EV, which is the first mass market EV, and there was nobody else making a mass market proper EV which can be used like a regular car. Obviously, there was a lot of investment both in development of the product and manufacturing, and there was a question saying that is it worth making this investment? I mean, can we even sell a few cars? But it has been worth it. And then we ramped up production. There were more investment. We came out with new products, the Tigor, the EV Max. Again, money was put in, and there were questions saying that, okay, you have a Nexon which is doing well. Do you want to put more money and expand? Then it has proved worth it. In the same vein, today we asked ourselves this question, is it worth investing on a big platform like IPL when, apparently the market is not big enough, but we have seen with the kind of increase in web visits, the kind of increase in dealership inquiries and bookings, that it is worth it. So for every time we've asked ourselves this question, is it worth it? We've come back saying that yes, we think there is a market, and the outcome of that is what you said very wisely, that it's no longer a question of if we should go for an EV, it's a question of when we need to go for an EV. Two things actually from a purely customer point of view. As manufacturers, we've broken a lot of myth, and credit has to go to the government as well, where they put money on the table and said that if India has to go EV, we have to give certain subsidies, make it much easier for the customer to buy. So manufacturer talk and government talk has gone very hand in hand, which is not very usual, and that has given customers a lot of
yeah, but having said that, on this note, what is the kind of policy infrastructure apart from this that is needed to give a push or accelerate the EV adoption in the country?
Yeah, see, range anxiety, as we call it, has been the primary question mark. People most of the time drive their cars within the city. 1 or 2 times in a year they drive outside, and they always think of that 1 or 2 times a year in terms of range. So obviously charging infrastructure on highways is one of the key issues. Now the question has evolved, people don't worry about charging infrastructure. They say, how fast can I charge? So it's just evolving. So I think it's a question of how the market and the customer needs are going to evolve. Now the demand is more for, I want to charge in 15 minutes, not wait for 45 minutes. So it's definitely coming, but charging infrastructure will continue to be the biggest question mark. But we see that more than 95% of usage happens with home charging, of customer usage. Charging infrastructure, the more it comes in, the more EVs you will see on the road. Not because they use it, but it gives the mental, peace that the one day when I need to travel across the country, I have enough charging infrastructure.
Having said that, what are the key trends that you have witnessed when it comes to purchase of EVs in India?
Again, as our volumes have grown, the customer profiles have changed dramatically. Early buyers, when we launched the Nexon EV, these were, people from the software industry who are fairly technically, aligned. They knew exactly how to use an EV. They looked at it as a gadget. There was a little bit of a, unique value about it, to be seen different. We had a lot of doctors buying it who had very, predictable driving, habits. They go to one clinic in the morning, other clinic in the evening, and then go back home. So these are the kind of people very initially. But today, when I come to Tiago, I don't want to go through step by step, but I'll just come to today's situation. One of the biggest data points which we are very proud, 25% of Tiago EV buyers are women,
Oh.
Yeah, compare it with an industry which is, if you look at the overall passenger vehicle industry, less than 5% are women buyers. So we are really, really delighted about this, because we've always felt that a compact hatch, which is no compromise, it's got all the power, all the features, all the style, all the safety that you want, is a perfect vehicle for ladies. And we are seeing it. 25% is a huge number. More than 25% of people are first time car buyers. They've never had a car at home, and the first car they buy is an EV,
wow.
a Tiago EV. So these kind of, I would say, groundbreaking data we are seeing.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us on CNBC TV 18 and sharing these insights with us.
Thank you, Shubhani. It's my pleasure.
It is time for a short break. On the other side, we have founder and CEO of Bombay Shaving Company, Shantanu Deshpande, who's highlighting brand's performance, category and offline expansion plans.